So this is the new Optoma UHL55. It produces some of the most incredible images in a projector in this price range. And it's only £1,500. Let's take a closer look. So this is the latest Optoma UHD LED projector, delivering 4K images that really do stun, and the colour reproduction is absolutely incredible. Now this comes in at $14.99 in the UK, but if you are lucky enough to live in the United States at the time of doing this video, you can actually pick this projector up for $12.99, and that's incredible value. This projector is also feature rich. It's 3D, it's HDR compatible, and it can be controlled by your Google Assistant or your Amazon Assistant. And we'll be showing you this a little bit later in this video and a full detailed review in a separate video to come. Now, I was actually quite surprised when I took this out of the box because I wasn't expecting this shape. It's quite boxy, it's actually quite heavy, and I'll go through those stats a little bit later. But this is the projector itself. Now, I think it looks pretty good. On top, you'll notice that there's less controls than normal. You've got your Bluetooth button, your up and down for the focus, and your power. Now, the power is also pretty unique on this device. All you do is slide across to turn it on and off, and that opens the shutter. And that doubles up as the power. And you'll also be quite surprised in how quick this starts up. Those of you with projectors in the past will know that sometimes it takes 30 to 40 seconds, where here it was about 7 or 8 seconds. So again, that's a very nice feature. Okay, so the size of this projector is 22 centimeters by 22 centimeters, and it's just 13.5 centimeters high. Weight-wise, it is also quite heavy. It is actually 3.8 kilos, and you can definitely tell when you're carrying it around. Connectivity is also great. On the rear, you have Ethernet port, USB 3.0 and USB 2.0, two HDMI ports, both being HDCP 2.2, an optical, and a headphone point. Okay, so let's lower the screen and see what this projector can produce. Now, I'm going to be showing you some more of this type of footage just in a little while. But first of all, let's walk through the menu and the home screen when you turn this thing on. So before I start to show you these menu options, just a point to say that the flickering that you see is nothing to do with the projector. You don't see it in reality. This is literally the recording from the camera. Okay guys, so there's three main screens on the projector. There's projector, application, and settings. So in the projector, there are the three options here, which are the source, HDMI 1, HDMI 2, and then back home. Underneath, you've got projector settings. And here you can go in and make all the different changes that you want to into image settings. And as you're playing something, so at the moment there's a lot grayed out, but when you're playing something, and I'll show you that in a second, those things obviously then become available. And you can literally go and look at things like audio and change the optical and all of this. So there's lots of different options. Now I would say, while we're talking about audio, I'll show you in a second that the audio on this is absolutely brilliant. It's probably the loudest we've heard, and that might have something to do with the extra weight that this projector is carrying. So as you can see, there's a lot of different options within the projector settings, and you can really go in and change it to your heart's content. And then the other option on here, when we get to that in a second, is the volume. But as you can see, you've got all of the different things here, and then we're back to reset all to factory settings if you want to do that. And then on the right hand side there, you've got volume. And so I'm just at half volume, roughly half volume at the moment, and that is pretty loud. So I was very impressed. Okay, the next screen along is application, and here you have 5 different options. You have applications, and here you can download, there is an app store that you can go to and download different apps. But as you can see, something like the news, and get a good indication here of what it looks like. It's nice and crisp and bright, so it's great for doing text. So if you're wanting this as a presentation type device, then this will work very well for you. So you go into the marketplace, and that will then take you into the App Store, which is an Android based app store. And as you can see, you can go in and search, you can look at top apps and go into the community and things like that. You've got options to download and install. So I think having this, I'm seeing more and more projectors having this type of application-based home screen and things, so that you can access material directly from the projector and you don't have to have any third-party plugins like a Fire Stick or a NVIDIA Shield, Apple TV, whatever. So it's nice that you can do that from here. Now, we're going to be covering all of the smart home features in another video, so stick around and make sure you subscribe for that. But that will go into how you control this with Amazon devices and also your Google Assistant. And there's other things that you can do in the smart home. Now, there isn't a standard YouTube app, but you have got this smart YouTube app which you can install, and that gives you all of the features of YouTube, and it does it very well indeed. And as you can see, there are not really any differences between the main YouTube app at all. So you're okay, guys, you will be able to go in and get my latest videos directly from the projector without those third-party plugins. No problem there at all. Okay, so next up, let's look at the info wall. Now, this is something which I'll cover in the smart part of the review, which we'll be doing in a separate video. So I'll come back to that and show you that again. And also we have the media player here. Now, this is where you can plug in a hard drive or a removable drive. I've got a thumb drive just plugged in, and you can play media brilliantly, and all of the media that you've seen in this video so far is being played directly from this thumb drive. And as you can see, it's very smooth, it does a really good job, and there's no problems here at all. So it's definitely something that I'd recommend. Now, while I'm here, you can see that with the projector at the moment, it's not quite zoomed in. Now when I go into image settings, because we're now playing something, you can definitely do a lot more in here. So if I go, I need to obviously go into the right section, so I need to go into image settings, and then if I go down, we can now, for instance, zoom, which we couldn't do before. Now we can digital zoom, so we get that filled up to the full size of the screen and all of those different options. And so you can go in and really play with the colors and the tints. But this is just how I've received the projector. This is a review model projector, so someone probably has gone in and put those settings in there, but I think it looks incredible, the level of detail. I like the colors. I did read a report where it said that the blacks weren't particularly good, but I'm certainly not noticing that, and I'll be interested to hear what your thoughts are, guys, when you see this footage back, because I'm thinking that it looks absolutely brilliant. Now, one thing I haven't tested this on yet is the pure motion. Now, that is designed to make it less flickery, but it really helps with things like sport, football, watching soccer, that type of thing. But I will test that again and keep you updated on how that goes. But everything that I've tested so far, I think looks brilliant. Okay, so that's the thumb drive covered, and now we'll go on to the final screen, which is the settings screen, which is a little bit strange because you don't get access to all of the settings within the settings menu. So I think they could do with a software update there. But here you can go in and change the language. You can check to see whether it needs any software updates, and you can then go in and change the wireless network, connect it to your own wireless network so that you've got the access to obviously being able to download those apps and also the smart control. And you've got area and time. So that's the three very simple setting screens. You also then have the option to use this just as a standalone Bluetooth speaker, so you can just put it into audio mode as well. Okay, so what we're going to do now, guys, is show you a lot more footage that this thing can produce, but at the same time we'll run through some of the stats also. So the UHL55 is a DLP projector. It has a resolution of 3840 by 2160 pixels, 2000 LED brightness, and a contrast ratio of 250,000 to 1. It does have built-in auto vertical keystone correction, and it will project an image size between 30 inches and an impressive 200 inches. The lamp type on this projector is an LED bulb. That gives you an impressive 30,000 hour lamp life. The throw ratio is 1.2 to 1, and it has a projection distance of 0.85 meters up to 5.3 meters. The focal length here is 12.62mm and the native offset is 103%. Okay, so when you flip the projector around, this is the connectivity that you get. You get two HDMI 2.0 inputs, both of which are HDCP 2.2 compatible. There's a 3.5mm audio and an optical output. You also get one USB Type A, and remember this is Alexa and Google Assistant wireless compatible. And for control there is a one RJ45 input. The overall operating noise for this projector is actually lower than what we thought, and it's very quiet in its operation. At 28 decibels, it's really good. There are two 8-watt speakers, again delivering really rich, deep sound and some good bass. It's probably one of the best speakers we've seen on a projector so far. It also delivers full 3D at 1080p, so it doesn't scale it back to 1080i or 720p, which a lot of projectors do. This is compatible with PC and Mac, and the range of 2D images is 480 ILP up to 2160p. There is an input lag of 70 milliseconds. Now, that is probably just slightly too high if you're a serious gamer and you're doing competitive gaming. I mentioned earlier that this works with both your Google Assistant and your Amazon device, and it's super simple to set up. Effectively, all you need to do is set up your smart device with your Optoma account, and that's easy to do, but I will be doing a separate video going through the process and exactly what you can do with both smart devices. Effectively in this video I'll just show you a couple of commands that you can do because it's very easy, but it will go into a lot more detail on the other video, so if you are interested in that then make sure you subscribe because that will be coming within the next couple of weeks. But you can control it by turning it on and turning it off, you can change inputs, you can actually do a little bit more with the Google Assistant than you can with the Amazon, but that may well change. But let's now then have a look at some of the other things that you can do. Now, suffice to say that you have to give your device, your projector, a name. Now, there are 30 to choose from the Optoma list, and I've just chosen the first one in the list, which for me was Tiger. Talk to Optoma Smart Projection.
Alright, here's Optoma Smart Projection.
Greetings.
Turn off Tiger.
Turning off Projector Tiger. Is there anything else you want me to do?
Turn on Tiger.
Okay.
Restart playing on Tiger USB.
Okay.
So you get the idea of how helpful that can be, and I'll go through lots of other commands and lots of things you can do with both the Google and the Amazon devices in that separate video in the next couple of weeks. So my friends, overall I've been really impressed with the UHL55. I think it's a great machine, it delivers the most incredible picture, and with those voice assistants built in, that means it gives you far more control and takes you to the future maybe of what projectors will be looking like. I hope this video has been helpful for you. If it has, give it a thumbs up, and obviously remember to subscribe, and we'll let you know of the next one that's coming very soon. Thanks very much my friends, see you on the next one.